Hey everybody, welcome back to the next part in my dialing in series for our Line 6 Helix. Today I'm looking at one of the few remaining amp models that I haven't actually done dialing in videos for yet, and it's another Line 6 original, this time the Line 6 Helix or Line 6 Doom amp model. All right. I did a little bit of research on this, and from what I can tell from helixhelp.com, they have said that this is supposedly a JCM 800 preamp going into a high watt power amp with some tweaks. Designed to give a really big squishy bottom end and lots of gain, right? For kind of the doom stoner rock from what I understand, okay? Not really my genre of music, so I was really scratching my head going, what could I use to do a performance video? What song could I do? And what jumped into my head was Mastodon. Not that it's a genre of music I play a lot, and to be totally honest with you, Mastodon is not a band I have listened to almost at all. I quickly combed through some of their songs. I was able to find kind of the original backing track without the guitars for the song Oblivion, which I believe is from the Crack the Sky album. I heard this for the first time yesterday, last night actually, and I found a really good tab for it. And I was able to this morning get up and recreate the entire song. I basically sight read the whole thing. So really, when you're watching the performance video, please forgive me if some of the parts aren't even correct. I did it really fast in about, I think the whole thing took me 2 hours this morning from learning it to mixing the song and editing the video. So that, you know, go easy on me, but it was more just to let you hear what the sound was going to be like of this preset in the mix. So go give that a listen. That's up now as well as the performance video. So it's Oblivion by Mastodon. And all the guitars you're hearing in there are from this preset. I actually did like, I guess it would be 2 guitars panned left and right, and then a lead. The lead just has a little bit of delay on it, but it's all the same tone, totally untouched in the mix. And the only guitars you are hearing in that is my guitars played by myself through this preset. So let's go over to HX Edit and take a look and see what we have. So as per usual, I started with my normal LA Studio comp at the end. Peak reduction of 5.5, gain of 5, mix at 100%. Nothing fancy on the EQ other than the sort of standard low and high cuts I use. Low cut at 100 Hertz, high cut at 12 kilohertz. This is basically all just from my template. Room reverb, just to give it a little bit of ambience to it, so it gives a bit of a room sound, right? Decay of 5, mix of 30%. When I do click the transistor tape in only for the leads in the performance video, I have it, the transistor tape set with a note sync of a quarter note at 133.3 beats per minute. That's what I tapped into the backing track of the Mastodon Oblivion tune. Feedback at 23%, mix of 25%. Low and high shelf, I went with all the frequencies below 600 Hertz and I cut them by 2 dB, and I boosted all the frequencies above 2 kilohertz by 3 dB, all right? And off to the amp. I used the 412 Huwatt 100, which is actually the cabinet that comes up stock when you pull up the Doom amp. And I kept the 57 dynamic mic because this was a very dark sounding amp. The ribbon mics that I normally would go to were just making it too muddy and dark, I found. So I kept the 57 dynamic at 1 inch back. I actually, funny enough, I just forgot to change the low and the high cuts in the cab, which come standard, so I left them on. So I've got sort of dual low and high cuts. It's not that important. I don't know if you'd even notice if you kind of rolled these off, as they're very similar settings to what I had on the EQ, since the EQ blocks are a little more drastic. So anyways, that's what it's set out on this preset. Now, as far as the amp controls, drive at 8.4, bass at 5, mid at 6.1, treble and presence both at 9, channel volume at 5.8, and master at 6.2. I did not touch the deeper functions. So a really simple preset. I played mostly with the amp controls, and I played a little tiny bit more than my sort of standard settings on the low and high shelf. So let's do this. Let's turn off the compressor, the EQ, the verb, and the shelf EQ. And these are just the settings on the amp. And I'm actually in drop C tuning way down. A lot of people have asked me about doing like kind of drop tuning tones. So this is one of them. And the only reason I'm doing that is because the performance video for the Mastodon tune is in this. Okay, so that's it with none of the processing. Let's bring the compressor in at the end. Okay, low and high cuts. Let's bring the verb and the low and high shelf. Just kind of takes away some of the big bottom end and some of the muddiness at the bottom. I found that low and high shelf just really helped it cut through in the mix. And then if I throw the transistor tape on for the leads, so that's the tone I came up with for the Line 6 Doom amp. Hope you guys like that. Please go check out the performance video where you can actually hear this used in the mix to recreate all the guitar parts from Mastodon's song Oblivion, one of my new favorite bands. I can't believe it's taken me this long to kind of wake up to them. I've heard the name floating around for years and never really gave them a listen, but I will now. So go download this from Custom Tone if you like the preset and if this is kind of up your alley. Please go check out the performance video. Let me know what you think of that so you can hear what this sounds like in the mix, completely untouched, completely unprocessed. And thank you guys so much for tuning in as usual. I'll be back soon with some more content. Please like this video, share it if you don't mind. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I truly appreciate all the support that I get and all the great comments. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll be back soon with some more content. Thanks again. Ciao for now.